Came out?
Oh, like the Scarlet and Violet are
That's like the newest ones, right?
the newest ones. Yeah. All right. Oh, dude, there's my cat.
Is there another one coming out?
Not that I know of.
Okay, so that like recently came out.
I think so.
Do you have it?
Gone. He's gone. We're live, by the way.
Are we really?
Can you hear me now?
Okay. 100%.
Are we live?
We're live.
We're
Yeah, I
live?
can hear you.
Were we
All right,
talking
cool,
about
cool, cool.
Boogeyman on the show?
That's
Yeah.
fine, dude.
You guys
Nothing wrong with
kept
that, man.
going, man. I had to start it somewhere.
Shit.
Hey, all right, hold on. Let me, all right, we're good. All right, welcome to week 7 of the Quick Slants Football Show. I'm your host, Ryan, with fellow co-host, Devin.
Hey,
Get this right?
the audio working?
Nailed it.
My audio
Ben?
seems to be working.
Is my Ben's over here? Is my
Yeah.
audio working? We
Yes.
audioless?
I can hear you.
Dude,
I
we're
don't
just a couple of... no,
My
it's good.
bar
It's good.
went away in the streaming software.
That's cool.
We're in shambles, bro.
Nobody gives a shit. We're cool.
Did my audio
We're still
slave,
working on the intro, you know?
audio slave joke just
In
get
2
cut
years.
out? Dang it, dude. All right. Yeah, welcome to the show. How you guys feeling?
Feeling all right, you know?
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm real good. I think all three of us are feeling good after the Lions win. My Cowboys got a win too. That game was not what I
Where is it?
expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kellen Moore revenge game didn't go so well, Kellen. But yeah, no. But the Lions 5-1. I think that's the biggest story, other than the fact that we. Devin, you okay?
Can somebody
Something
actually
going on
make
with
sure the
audio?
audio is working?
I checked it
hear-
a second ago. It was
Yeah, I
fine.
can hear everything.
Okay, it's like literally looks like it's broken on my screen, so I just want to make sure we didn't record for an hour and it didn't work.
All right, I'll hit up Arbor Way too. Hop in here.
Yeah, this looks so confused.
All right, there we go. I don't know. It's like it looks like it's broken to me, but we're good. If you guys can hear it, everybody can hear it.
Trust
We're
the
good.
process. We're
Yeah,
trusting
we're
the
good now.
process, bro.
We're good.
Let's
What are you
trust the
talking about? The
process.
Lions?
Yeah, Lions 5-1. Exciting. It was a exciting day. I watched the game with Devin. We watched it together, and one of our other buddies, shout out Nico. It was stressful at times, but it did feel like a couple of their other ones where even though it was kind of close, it did feel like we were in kind of control of this game. They didn't really get anything going on offense, which was cool. I don't know if that's their offense was not great, but I don't know if it's because our defense is so good or what. What do you guys think? Do you think our defense is just that great that we made a pretty good offense look like garbage, or do you think
Yes.
maybe they didn't play great? Okay, so you think our defense is just
We got a lot
What
of
is
pressure
that?
on Baker, and you can see Baker was just uncomfortable, which has always been Baker's like thing.
yeah? Once you can get pressure on, a lot of guys are like that though. I mean, that's the
There's
NFL.
a lot of guys that aren't that great. Yeah, I mean, but like he's one of 32. I mean, he's not bad. He's not a bad quarterback, but I think our
Right.
defensive line is just that much better. I really think that
defensive line is
that's
really
the
good.
biggest difference is like that. And I mean, I feel like our defensive backs played well last year. We have a lot of the same guys, if not better. So really, it's just the defensive line. It gets a lot of pressure. It's nice. It's fun
Yeah.
to watch, man. It's like really like nice.
Yeah, it's fun even when we're, it's cool to like literally be excited to see our defense. I mean, you're always kind of more excited for the offense, but dude, I'm excited when our defense is on the field because at any moment they can make a big play and change the game.
They're exciting to watch, man. They play
They
well,
go-
dude. I think
go
like
hard.
that's my big thing. It's like I feel like obviously we're Lions slappies here. You know, I'm not going to deny that I'm Lions blood
We're
through and
pretty
through.
realistic on the Lions slappy like meter. Like I feel like we're like more here. Like there's some slappies over here. Like
Yeah,
I feel like
for
we're more
sure.
here,
We're more
but we're all
moderate.
fans.
We're definitely fans, and
Ben's like here. Not in a bad way, but he's pretty realistic. He's pretty grounded. So
I mean, I have a big Lions sticker on the back of my truck, and my license plate bracket is also.
yeah,
a Lions
he's
license
not
plate
different.
bracket.
He's not different.
okay. So he's
I have
slapping. Right?
oh yeah. I was like
Alright,
thinking
alright.
about it. I was like, do I buy a Jared Goff jersey if they make the playoffs, or does he have to win the Super Bowl? I think I'm still in the Super Bowl.
Why Jared Goff? Why not like a Hutch jersey or
It's a respect thing.
okay.
Respect. with some respect on his name.
I would ask you more, but I understand what you mean. He's the face of the team at the end of the day.
If I was gonna get a jersey, I'd get an Amon-Ra St. Brown jersey. He's been
That'd be
very
cool.
good to me. He's a
Yeah,
good
and he's on your
rookie
fantasy
player.
team too.
So like, yeah, that would probably be the jersey that I'll get for real.
That should be the jersey you get.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly though, real talk, Jared Goff. I'll pull up a couple quick. Ryan, I sent this to you earlier.
353, 2 touchdowns.
Well, let's just look at this season. First in 20-yard passes, third in QB rating, third in yards per attempt, fourth for touchdowns responsible for, tied for fourth for completion percentage, and fifth for passing yards.
Yeah, the stat that's not on there is big dick energy, and that's what he has, dude.
Yeah.
Every time he's on the field, I
Number
feel like
one.
he's just gonna sling it.
Bro,
In 6 games,
just-
right?
yeah, that's through 6.
Through 6 games, yeah. Which is what you want to see. And he's performing in when
Tracking
he's
for 4,500 passing yards. That's not too bad.
yeah.
The thing is like, Ryan, we were talking about it. Like, I think you said something or Nico said something. He was like, we were like, dude, I don't want to go too far here. I really don't. I think Jared Goff's playing really well. I like what he's doing. Keep going. But we talked about it. Like, dude, people were like talking about how he couldn't even play. Like, he was going to be like couple games and we was going to get kicked out for whoever else.
When we first got him, like it felt like we were just taking his contract. Like, really.
No, that's what.
Yeah,
that's
I feel
what
like
it felt
he,
for sure.
I feel like he took the opportunity to be like, you know what? Detroit believes in me. I'm not just a journeyman QB. Like, I want to be something. And I hope he fucking can do it, bro. You know how crazy it would be if Jared Goff came to the Lions and won the fucking Super Bowl? God,
I have a name.
That'd be crazy.
I got a name for you, and this is my biggest fear. This name you're not gonna like, just so you guys know. But does it feel too much like a Ryan Tannehill situation when he first went on the Titans? When everyone was like, dude, this guy's rejuvenated his career. He's on a team. They're making the playoffs. They're playing really well. Got a good team around him. Does it feel like a Tanny situation, or does this feel like more like? I mean, we're a little more in tune, and we're not in Tennessee, so. But does this feel more like, dude, this is Goff's team. This is something different. This isn't a Tannehill situation where, I think he got more done than Tannehill did before Tannehill left Miami. But I don't know. That's my biggest concern is what I'm saying. I don't want to get like the Tannehill contract. And not that they overpaid him, but I think that's the contract he's going to get. I don't think Goff will be the highest paid QB when he gets He's going to get more of like a middle of the road type of deal. Which would be good, but that's my only concern. And
yeah,
I love Goff, and I'm not saying that's what I think it is, but I heard that comparison, and it does kind of remind me of the trajectory just of the team. Like, you got a good team around him. He's on a team-friendly contract, and now we're going to have to pay him a little more. We're going to have to lose some of our other pieces. Just kind of scary.
Still, though, that's the thing. Is like we do kind of have money to pay for. We don't have really anybody on the books.
When's Amon-Ra? He's got to be up like next year.
Probably.
Next year is last year on the deal. I mean, I hope they re-sign him. I'm assuming they will. He seems like doesn't seem like a Kenny Galladay situation.
I watched the episode of their podcast today.
Dude, Kenny Galladay was good on the Lions, by the way.
Yeah, but he wasn't 12 for 124 and a touchdown.
No, he wasn't.
And he gets like that every week. It's crazy.
Yeah, Kenny Galladay was like 4 for 50 and 2 touchdowns because that's all he could do was catch it in the end zone. Amon-Ra's way different. Amon-Ra's way different, but sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm not trying to put any negative juju out there.
It sounded like you were, but it's okay.
No, dude, no. I just want to be the little devil's advocate, dude. Because I like Goff
to answer your direct
Goff now, for sure.
Well, to answer your direct question, because we skipped over your original question, is no, I don't think he's going to be like Tannehill. I think he's already proven to be better than that. Like level, and he should maintain, assuming the team keeps building at the same trajectory that we are, he will keep growing with the team.
Yeah,
I don't think his ceiling is Aaron Rodgers. If that's the question, I don't think that. I think he's higher than Ryan Tannehill.
But what if he is Kurt Warner?
That's good, right?
I wouldn't mind Kurt Warner, I guess, in the end, if Kurt Warner won.
He did.
So what are we? You know what I'm saying? People consider him good. He's on CBS or NFL Network or whatever.
See, he's not a Hall of Famer yet, right?
I don't think so. I don't think he has the stats to be a Hall of Famer, does he?
I don't know. Hall of Fame is weird.
After fucking Ryan's debacle this past weekend, I don't know what to think about stats anymore.
Are you talking about the?
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
May 2010. Pretty much, he was like a first or second ballot. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Well, dude, Ben.
I mean, I posted it in the chat.
Football.
So
Wait, LOL, 2017. Sorry.
Okay.
That was in the Arena Football Hall of Fame.
My man.
So he is in the Hall of Fame.
But that's my point, is that he was that guy. He was that guy that, like, wasn't any good and then turned out to be.
Yeah.
Who knows? He's not that old. That's my thing with Goff is,
dude, he just turned 29.
I mean, that's definitely on the downhill, but
not for a quarterback. Not the way he plays, at least.
He doesn't take a lot of big hits. He doesn't scramble.
I'm trying to think of a good comparison, but there's really not a lot of comparisons to changing kind of middle of your career. Like, I mean, there is, but not to have that much success.
Let's pump the brakes.
Kirk Cousins, maybe? But Kirk Cousins hasn't had the success, but he kind of was on a team, and then he gets shifted, and he gets paid.
Again, let's reel it back here. Jared Goff hasn't had that much success. You know,
nobody really has, if you think about it.
Yeah, but I'm trying to stay grounded, but also still be hyped.
Jared Allen, really your sound's gone.
What?
Gone.
Sorry. Sorry. I got a Discord notification. It's like when I get these Discord notifications, my sound cuts, so I need to mark myself as like busy or something.
Yeah, he's gone anyways while he's recovering. So Ben, I don't know if you saw this stat, but play along.
Gotcha.
If I had to ask you, in their careers, between these two players, who had the more rushing yards? Okay, player A, Bo Jackson.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Player 2, Jim Harbaugh.
You would think Bo Jackson, right?
You would think Bo Jackson by 10,000 yards. The way people talk about that guy.
Yeah, and how many seasons did he play in the NFL?
3, 4. And had, 2,700 yards? Jim Harbaugh had 2,700 yards rushing. Jim Harbaugh has more career rushing yards than Bo Jackson. I don't know if it's our age, but the way I thought of Bo Jackson was almost like Walter Payton-esque.
I feel like he didn't play very long in the NFL. He had like a couple good years.
But people talk about Bo Jackson like he's...
I mean, he played baseball at the same time, and he was good at baseball at the same time. I think that's really the reason why. He may have only played for like 3 or 4 years, maybe.
Yeah. It was.
I gotta look.
He got a hip injury.
Bo Jackson?
Yep. He got a hip injury. That's what they said. And then he played baseball for a couple more years.
Isn't that a crazy stat? Isn't that crazy?
It is. It's crazy.
Bro,
weird,
I'm telling
right?
you,
Is
in
he
my
in the
head,
Hall of Fame?
There's no way. He had 2,000 rushing yards. Like, how can you
I'm
put
sure he's in the
Hall?
college football Hall of Fame, but
that he's probably in because he won the Heisman. He was like a triple sport athlete. I think it was like the day and time.
He's not.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
He's in the college football.
Because then you got to put Ahmad Bradshaw in there, man.
Dude,
did you tell him that? Sorry, I was gone.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the funny part. So like Ryan was hitting me with this, and my mind was getting blown. I named Ahmad Bradshaw. How many career rushing yards do you think Ahmad Bradshaw had, Ben? Do you think it's more than Bo Jackson or less or around the same?
More?
Yeah, like 3,000
like 5,000.
Yeah, I mean, Ahmad Bradshaw played for a long time, and he was like the lead back for a long time.
Ahmad Bradshaw is better than Bo Jackson.
Look it, dude. There's the thumbnail. There's the clip.
Better. See, that's what it is. Is it like skill better or just longevity and skill?
I don't know, because the dude had 2,000 rushing yards in 4 years, and then he disappeared. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that
is
my
Amon
point is...
Trumpet better than Derrick Rose? You know what I mean?
Exactly,
Derrick Rose is actually a journeyman, but...
Yeah,
type of journeyman.
Dude, I'm telling you, the way people... it's like Walter Payton, Mike Tyson, like... these old greats that people talk about, I feel like Bo Jackson was in that category.
I thought Bo Jackson, like, honestly, if you asked me a question about Bo Jackson, I would have guessed that he had like the most rushing yards in history before I would say that he had less rush. Not, I know who does, and I know that he didn't have a lot, but like, I'm more surprised that he had so little than I would have been that he
Right.
had the most. Just the way people talk
You would
about
have
him.
thought he would at least have like 10,000. You know.
I would have
Dude.
thought he played in the league.
Yeah.
Or like
that's
Emmett
awesome.
Smith. Like that's another one we looked up. Like Bo Jackson,
He-
Emmett Smith,
He might have
like
the most,
Emmitt
right?
Smith has the most, right?
Right. I think that's yeah.
23,000 or something.
It was like an insane number.
Yeah, that is crazy if you really think about it.
Yeah, it was crazy. But I kind of like in my head.
Nuts.
I would have thought Bo Jackson in my brain is better than Emmett Smith in my brain. So,
I'm just thinking, like, I play a lot of Madden, right? How many times you got to run the ball in a game? That's like 45 times a game, realistically, to kind of push
mean to
that
get
through your career.
yeah.
Like, that's crazy. That's
Yeah,
a lot of
running backs do
handoffs,
it.
man.
Yeah, you're running backs to it for sure.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure. Anyways, thought that was
Yeah.
crazy.
Sure.
Yeah, so
Go Falcons.
thank you for filling in for my audio difficulties too. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on, dude. We're scuffed right now.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
Yes. You like the thing I sent you? My shit's shaking because my cat's running too. All right, so we did. I don't know if we said this, but we beat the Bucks 20-6. Goff was
Oh, yeah.
great. Ben said this: 353 and 2. St.
Good run the ball.
Brown 12 for 124 and 1 touchdown. Montgomery got hurt. Reynolds came in, looked like a backup running back that knew what he was doing at least. Had a great block on the St. Brown touchdown that kind of swung the game. Play the Ravens next. So Ravens probably our biggest test other than the Chiefs, if I guess. How do you guys feel about this? I feel like this is a team that we don't match up as well against. But I do feel like maybe our offense can do a little bit. They have a good defense and they have a running QB. I feel like we really struggle with this running QB type of thing.
I think we do. I think we actually do historically.
Yeah, like I remember a couple games last year where we were just getting like I remember even for the Eagles last year. I remember Jalen Hurts just running all over us, and I was like, "This is stupid."
Bears. Justin Fields ran all over us.
Oh god. So yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, is this a game where you're expecting? I think I had it pulled up. So the line is Baltimore -3. So we're coming out as dogs. Thoughts?
And on the road. On the road dog,
Yeah.
so it's not that crazy.
Yep. So I guess that's about a even game, like a coin flip game. But what do you guys think about that? I mean, do you think we should be favored? Do you think the line's about right? Do we think this is a game we're gonna struggle? What do you guys think about this game? Do you think we can win this game?
Who's first?
And you can go
I
first.
need to start. Yeah.
Okay, listen. Our defense is going to be okay. I think that maybe Bugs or whatever his name is good because he doesn't really rush the passer, and McNeil can like stop the run. So I think that they'll be able to contain him more than we think. But I also then think that their defense is going to be really tough, and we can't have Jared Goff throwing 44 times again.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need to be a little more efficient throwing the ball for
We
sure.
ran the ball with their lead back was 10 carries for 15 yards. It's not going to get it done. I don't know if Gibbs is playing.
Well,
So he's on track to play.
If he plays, then we get a better shot. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough.
he's not playing. There's no way.
He looked like he wanted to come in the game Sunday.
I think we're gonna. I mean, we're gonna really have to like dominate. Like our defense would have to like really shut them down, and then like it's gonna be hard.
I actually seen the like being like a real defensive game. Like I actually kind of see this being like a 19-16 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe.
we just won a game like that. So is that a game you feel confident winning if it's coming down to the defenses?
Yeah. Like you said
I think
originally,
this is
bro.
good. I do worry. Yeah, I worry about Hutch running downhill and just Lamar
Running past everybody. Yeah.
and right by his gap and out of there. But we'll see. I mean, I'm I think I agree with you guys. I think it's going to come down to the defenses for sure. I could see definitely
One thing we have now is
scoring
Campbell,
game.
Jack Campbell. I mean, that guy is fast as fuck and
Smart.
can
So
hit and smart. So like, if he's on fucking QB spy duty, I think, shit, maybe we got
yeah,
some.
kind of a middle of the road over under 43 points. That's like an average game. So kind of Vegas kind of seeing a similar, probably not super high scoring where it's not a 50-point over under, but kind of a lower middle of the road game. I could see that, like a 20 to 17 or a 24-17 or something like that. But I don't know, man. This will be a good test for the Lions fans, kind of all of us.
Yeah.
So hopefully they win this game. I don't, if they do lose for some reason, I think it's a game. Can't beat yourself up if you lose, but you want to try to win the game, obviously, and just put some good film together. Without Montgomery, and hopefully Gibbs can play, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Love
I
to
will
see him in like
say,
a lead role for a game.
I generally speaking, I was saying a little bit, but we're not going to win every game, bro. It's not going to happen. I would like to win the games against the good teams because like less people can say, it's
Right.
like, oh yeah, you lost the Ravens when you played them. It's like, but if we beat the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Bucks on the road when Bucks were considered, a good team at the time, I think still people think they're good, but
They're good too.
I think we knocked them down a peg in the NFL eyes.
Yeah,
Because we
they're
like
first place in their division.
I think it was like clear that they were like below us. You know what I'm saying?
A tier or two below where we're playing at.
Yeah,
But I think that says a lot about us. I think maybe
for sure.
Maybe they were thought of a little bit better than they were, and maybe we weren't proud to be as good as we are.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's really it. When it comes to kind of that, I'm going to kind of get into the next. This is kind of a 2-pack that we're going to kind of talk about. I know we kind of reviewed that game quite a bit, but there is two kind of games I wanted to kind of review. We're not really going to go too deep into them, but so the Eagles lose. We watched the end of this game together, Devin. Eagles lose 20-14 to the Jets. Eagles kind of, I don't know, I talked about this at the beginning of the year. They haven't looked as good. And I don't know if it's teams figuring out the Eagles offense or Jalen Hurts or whatever. Their defense hasn't played as good either. They're not getting the turnovers that they got last year. It's just, they're super good. The Eagles are good, but it doesn't feel like they're, like the games they're winning, like their win margin can't be very much. They're not like blowing out teams. They're kind of just beating teams. Almost kind of like Minnesota last year, or it reminds me of. Or they're just kind of squeaking by some teams. So what do we think? Do we think was about? We talked about Hurts at the end of this game, Devin, and kind of go to you here because I know you saw this. He didn't look like he wanted to be there. I don't know if he's not used to losing or what's going on, but
he was checked the fuck out, bro.
He had a chance at the game-winning drive. Usually the guys will be up. Like Kirk Cousins is like up, talking to the guys on the sideline, trying to fire up the team. He's just sitting there, just looks like he just woke up from a bad dream, and he's just like trying to like figure out what the hell's going on.
You know what it looked like? It looked like his girl and him got into a mega fight before the game. And he like nothing else mattered. He's just thinking about like, dude, what the fuck, man?
He's just
Looked
upset.
like removed, bro. He did not want to be there at all.
I don't know what that was about. I don't know if he was just they couldn't get anything going, and he was just upset about their lackluster performance. But you still got to be on the sideline, kind of hyping up your team. And it wasn't like he was like looking at the tablet trying to figure out what to do or talking with coaches. He was just chilling. Like it was weird. It was a weird experience to watch. Especially going from watching, just other quarterbacks that just don't do that. So I don't really. It almost kind of reminded me of like Cam Newton back in the day when he was just like sit on the sidelines with like a towel on his head.
Doesn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah, it's weird.
He was the leading rusher on his team. He threw 3 picks. Doesn't it look just like Cam Newton?
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, it's like just inevitable. Give this guy a couple more years running like that. Like, You can't
Yeah.
just be like. I mean, did he get paid and his attitude changed? Because he was like super humble and like fucking working really hard, like ever since he got benched.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
hope
that
not.
game
I
in
mean-
particular was a little chalked. Maybe it was like New York. But to your point, Ryan, so this year the Patriots had a 5-point win, or the Eagles had a 5-point win against the Patriots.
The Patriots.
Opening
Well,
week.
We're going to talk about the Patriots in a little bit, and
They
they're
won
They're trash.
against the Vikings by 6 points, and if I remember correctly, they scored very late in that game. They won by 6 points against the Vikings. They beat the
Vikings.
Buccaneers 25-11, but it is what it is. Overtime field goal against the Commanders.
That is true.
8-point win against the Rams, and then a 6-point loss against the Jets.
They just don't feel like they felt last year.
And they're 5-1, right?
They're 5-1. They're a
5-1.
great team.
Out of all that, they're still 5-1, but
it just feels different. And
Do you think it's an expectation thing?
Maybe we're expecting them to blow out these teams, but it does feel like the teams that they've played, we have a lot of more information on, and it does seem like.
I think the Eagles are the team. Like, you're getting everybody's A game.
Dude, we are like at the beginning of the season still. We're still waiting for that turn where like a lot of good teams become bad. Like it happens every single year.
100%.
We haven't hit that turn yet. Like teams aren't almost even like at fucking 5-5. Like it hasn't.
Yeah.
We're just not there yet.
Yeah, I mean we don't 100% know, and like Devin was just kind of saying, the Eagles are getting the best from everybody. No one's underestimating the Eagles.
Right.
They're all prepping. They know exactly what to look for. They have a shit ton of tape on the same offense. Like, I mean, they have a different offensive coordinator, but it seems like they're running a lot of the same shit, a lot of the same players. Sure. Really, the only thing that's different on this team is Swift, and he's had a great year, so maybe that's part of it. But yeah, except for last week. Yeah, so other team. I'm good with the Eagles if you guys are done. I don't think we really need to talk about the Jets. Their defense is amazing. Their offense is just trash. So
it's not. Their offense is okay.
Well, Breece Hall is okay. What did you think about this? Did you watch any of that game, man?
Yeah.
I
feel like I watched a lot of it.
They let Breece score at the end. Me and Devin were watching this, and we were like, "What the?" And the team let Breece score.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yeah. Like 100% sure. And even the announcers were like, "Yeah, he's got to be more aware there and go down."
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because they were trying to let him score so he could get the ball back.
Yeah, and the dude's. I'm not gonna get any more into Jalen Hurts, but yeah, they literally like let him score to get the ball back to try to give Jalen a chance to go down and win it. What do you think about that? I mean, it makes sense. You don't want to just lose to a field goal at the very end of the game because that's what would have happened if they ran the clock out. Are you surprised we don't see that more? I've done it in Madden. So
why would you force the field goal?
Because I think if they forced the field goal, because I think it was a 2-point game. Well, you take away 6, so it was tied.
It scored 8 on the touchdown.
Oh, they got the 2-point conversion then. Yeah. So yeah, it was 14-12.
It was a 2-point game.
And so it was 14-12. Okay, so I guess they could have ran the clock out and then kicked a field goal.
Yeah, that was their mindset. Was they're going to run the shit ton of time off. They're going to kick a field goal.
I do get it. I do understand that.
Yeah, you don't see it a ton. And do you think that's because other teams are aware and don't let it happen, or what do you think? I mean, I just don't think we see that much. Do you guys? I guess Devin, have you seen this ever before? I mean, I'm sure we've seen it, but I can think of a lot more times where the runner goes down because he knows. Or do you think that was just Breece Hall not understanding the situation, or do you think we just don't see it a ton?
I think a team like the Jets, that win was like a Super Bowl win for them. I don't think they just wanted to score.
They beat the Bills.
That was at like the beginning of the year.
The Jets have 3 wins, and 2 of them are Eagles and Bills.
Dude, Salah and the owner like literally like jumped in the air and like were hugging each other and shit, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah.
This team's like just putting it together. Imagine if this was the Lions and like our star quarterback went down, we were still like putting games together. You would just be hyped.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. So like they want to win, bro. They just wanted to score with Breece Hall, and then on the Eagles side, like I don't think you let anybody score.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. Like Bro, because it's the NFL. We've seen it. They could have a bad snap.
Right. It's,
think until
They
you're
try
like,
to play timeouts, yeah.
my thing is, play the timeouts, and I mean, I'm sure they had timeouts, and maybe I don't know, maybe you lose the other way, but at least try to hold them to a field goal, and then you just got to get a field goal to win, as opposed to needing a touchdown, and you're just,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of where my mind's at. I don't love the letting someone score unless like that's your own. Like if you have no timeouts and you have to let them score, and they're just, but then they would just run out the clock. They're not stupid, but.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just don't see it a ton, so I thought that was kind of an intriguing way for that game to end.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Jets defense is really good. Their offense. Yeah, Ben, you said you kind of like their offense. I mean, maybe you don't like it, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I just think that it's not.
At 240 yards total.
Good. Yeah, like I feel like if their defense isn't getting 3 picks in that game, they don't win the game, obviously.
Yeah.
But we could talk about the other 5-0 team to lose. The 49ers lose to the Deshaun Watson-less Browns. So this is Browns with PJ Walker. I think is that XFL MVP from like 3 years ago. So
oh, man, PJ Walker.
PJ Walker, who did not play well. But that's beside the point. They did win this game. They beat the 49ers. So in this game, CMC went out with an injury, I think in the second quarter. Debo went out with an injury in the first quarter. So my thoughts on this game before you guys kind of get into it. So a lot of people are going to say Brock Purdy, 125 yards, interception.
12 for 27.
12 for 27.
System
Trash.
PD my ass, bro. Come on, man.
So my thing is the system going into the game, their game plan was, hey, we're going to get the ball to CMC. We're going to get the ball to Debo, and we're going to kick the shit out of this team. And then both those players got hurt, and they're like, shit, what are we going to do? Because what would you do if you're the 49ers and CMC and Debo get hurt? Ben, what do you do? What's your plan? Who do you get involved?
It's next man up mentality, bro. You run the same thing.
My problem is that's what they tried to do, and it didn't work.
But the problem that they had is that happened, and they played a historically great defense.
Yeah, but my thing is they went up with this next man up mentality, and they thought, you know what, the system is it, Purdy's it. We're just gonna give it to the players that we were gonna give the ball to before, the players that are gonna just slot in. I don't think that was the right thing to do. I think you got to alter your game
system's
plan.
a system. Listen, what was the thing that he did when he came to San Francisco? Who's the player that he signed? Kyle Juszczyk. Kyle Juszczyk has been on this team this whole time, and there's a reason that Kyle Juszczyk's on this team, right? And gets paid so much, right? Playing fullback in the NFL. It's because he's a huge part of the system. When Kyle Juszczyk goes out, they play differently. They play worse.
Yeah.
If you don't have the pieces, it doesn't work. Think of how good their team is now with Christian McCaffrey. And they were like piecing it together with like a whole bunch of different running backs there for a while because the system kind of still worked. But like,
yeah, I mean, you kind of see that with other teams like Miami with, the running backs going out, and it's just like whoever's in there goes.
But if Hill goes out, like what do you do?
Right, yeah, your team has to start somewhere.
I think two things. Weird, you guys want my honest take, and I'm gonna tie this back to the Lions because that's what I do, baby. I think everybody's underestimating. I don't care what your record is, who the players you have on your team. It is hard to win a football game on the road. Both of these teams we talked about lost on the road.
Yeah, sure.
It's hard to win. That's why I think it's even more impressive that Lions went into Tampa and like dominated, bro. We took over that stadium.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, it's hard. Like, the Jets, like, it's hard for the Eagles to go in, keep up the momentum, and go play a team that's fighting like the Jets. It's hard to kind of same thing with the Browns. And the refs kind of getting that game. You guys see that at the end? They called so many, like, pass interference calls that were not pass interference, and Cleveland just, like, marched right on up the field. It was pretty bad.
PJ walked right up that field, huh?
Yeah. But I think it's hard to win on the road, man. And like I said with the Lions, you're not going to win every game. Move on. I don't think Purdy sucks, for the record. Is that where you're going with
No.
this?
No, my thing is, okay, like, if Amon-Ra gets hurt, say Amon-Ra gets hurt, who's the next? Jameson's hurt and Imani's hurt.
So we've already been up there, brother.
You expect Laporta to get more catches, right?
Josh Reynolds.
You expect, I mean, not even Josh Reynolds. I'm just saying, like, this game blows me away that Debo and CMC both were hurt within, like, the
Kittle
first
was non-existent.
20. He had 1 catch for 1 yard, and this
gone.
is because they went into this fucking game thinking we're going to get it to Debo and we're going to get it to CMC. And I just think that this team specifically goes into each game with a really, really dedicated game plan. And it's just weird to me that they didn't try to be a little more flexible with who they're. I mean, Ayuk had a good game. It's just weird. You think
play devil's avocado. Don't you think the defense knows that now they only have Kittle left?
Maybe.
Maybe
Yeah,
they're
it's
doubling them.
literally like the best defense in like 60 years, bro. Like statistically, they are really fucking good.
I don't have the stats like that. Are they really that good?
Yeah, I heard it today that they were the best defense
but
since the 1971 Colts or something like that.
Wow. Of like what metric? Just like total yards, I guess.
It was like they have like 1,025 yards total allowed, and in like how many games they played? 5 games. And then like there's like another crazy stat, I don't even remember it, but the 1,000
so
yards.
They got some dogs over there, huh?
They have like 53 first downs allowed, which is like the most ever or the least ever in this amount of games played.
I was gonna kind of shit on the teams they've played, but they have. I mean, they haven't played anyone.
Where are they? 3-2?
Yeah.
3-2. They beat the Bengals. They beat the Titans. They beat the 49ers. They lost to the Steelers and the Ravens, which are in divisional games. They got smoked by the Ravens, but that's because they were playing.
Wow.
What's Dorian Thompson Robinson or whatever his name is?
Yeah.
Like I said, man, your West Coast team, the 49ers, you got your couple stars go down. You're playing in the Midwest at the Dog Pound.
I get it.
Tough.
I get it. Especially, I mean, you're going to make mistakes, and it sounds like they made some mistakes at the end of the game, too. So, okay, so we kind of talked about these two teams that just lost. I think this is a good time. We wanted to talk about our top 5 NFL teams. So we're going to do a little bit of power rankings, give our top 5. I think it's a good conversation to have at this point of the game, where this point of the year where we're 6 games in, kind of have an idea. We really don't, but we can say we do. Kind of the teams we're kind of seeing the lay of the land of the teams that are good, the teams that are okay, and then the teams that are just garbage. But yeah, I kind of we'll start at number 5. I don't know if you can pull up the standings. I have it up as well. You can pull it up.
Like the full standings?
I just did league standings and then I did win percentage. We got Kansas City at 1, 49ers at 2, Dolphins 3, Eagles 4, Lions 5. And then you kind of got the Ravens, the Jags, the Bills. I think that's really the end of who we maybe would talk about.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I do have a top 5. It is semi base off record. But my top 5, I'm going. You guys already know who number 1 is, right? You guys already know.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Lions,
sir.
baby.
All right.
Big road win. We've hurdled every obstacle. One of the top offenses, top defenses. We done it with injuries. Let's keep going. So Lions number 1. Then I got number 2, which is close number 2 because this team's really good too. Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
I think Miami Dolphins are actually look better than, in my opinion, than they did last year when Ben was overhyping them.
Whoa. Tua getting hurt.
Pre-hype.
Yeah.
I think I was right. I just think that
I'll give you that.
Suck.
They were good, and they've only retooled and gotten better since last year.
You're gonna leave the team off. I can already tell, bro. But keep going. All
right, number 3, San Francisco 49ers.
Okay.
Number 4, the Eagles.
Oh no, you're gonna do it. You're gonna leave him off, dude. All right.
And then number 5, Kansas City.
Okay, you did. All right. Ben, any teams outside looking in that you put in your top 5?
I mean, the one that I would think would be the Bills. I think they're actually really good. Still.
Yeah, I think the Bills are better than.
They're good.
I don't know who you take. I would put them. I mean, we kind of
The
know
Eagles.
how
I would say it would be
about
the
the
Eagles.
I would
say
take out the
would go to
Eagles and
6.
yeah, I would definitely take out the Eagles and slot in
I
the
feel
Bills.
like losing one time, you can't move them too far
What
down.
do you win too?
I don't-
In my
yes.
opinion, they don't look dominant. Like even when the Lions win, bro, they look dominant. Like, and maybe not score wise, but just like bullying these teams.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I like the Bills. I like Josh Allen. I think he's a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. I don't know. I like them. I would probably put the 49ers at 2. Personally, my top 5 would probably be, actually not going to slight anybody, but it'd probably go 49ers, Lions, Chiefs, Bills, Dolphins. That'd be my 5.
All right.
You got any 2 cents or?
Oh, I mean, I thought mine's just like yours, except I'd swap out the Eagles or not the Eagles. Yeah, the Eagles for the Bills in the 4 spot. Chiefs are still 5. I don't think they're that good.
What do you think the Chiefs' problem is? Do you think it's honestly? I think their offense is super one-dimensional.
I think getting Mecole Hardman back is a big deal. I think that's going to help them a lot. But I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's that the young guys that they thought were weapons. I think that the young guys they thought were weapons is like they just aren't working out. Like if you think about it, like Patrick Mahomes was good because like his wide receivers knew what to do. Tyreek Hill knew what to do.
It's all timing.
Hardman, yeah.
Even Juju last year, he knew what to do. These guys don't know what to do.
It just seems like they just aren't that good. Like Sky Moore, everybody was hyping up. I've not really seen it ever. I don't really get that.
You're never gonna see it.
I don't. He wears 24. I think he's a cornerback. I get confused. He's not that good. He doesn't really get the ball. Yeah. So they must know he's not that good. Like I don't know.
24, bro. What are you gonna do?
They get confused. They think he's on the sideline. Like, what?
All right. So this is something we're gonna talk about. I haven't really done too much of this, but I think this is an interesting topic. So we're gonna call this our Caleb Williams watch. So you guys both, I'm assuming, know who Caleb Williams is.
Did you hear what happened with that guy?
No, what happened? Did he get hurt?
No, he wants equity in a team. Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear. Tell me about this.
He said that his agent is telling NFL teams that whoever drafts him, he demands equity in the franchise.
Yeah, I'll take Drake May. But
that's what's gonna happen. This guy's just gonna drop and nobody's gonna give
him. You're
gonna
be like, what? There'll be one team that will take a budge.
Oh, for sure.
But that's like dropping to the 3rd round and then that happens.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the segment just took a lot of
I feel like that's bad to do after the Notre Dame loss too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like I feel like you're like, oh, it's the sweepstakes. I don't think so.
Well, we can call this the first pick watch, I guess. Bears have the first 2 picks right now. Giants, and then Patriots, Cardinals, Broncos, Vikings, Titans. Which team do you think is a quarterback away? I kind of like that. I guess that set. Well, where do you think the best landing spot for a QB to land would be in your eyes? We got again, Bears, Giants, Patriots, Cardinals, Broncos, Vikings, Titans. That's your top 7 or 8 picks.
The problem is
now you're about to come out. Where do you want to go out of those teams?
Vikings.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think that's the best spot. I mean, they have Addison.
I would hate to play in Minnesota. I feel like that'd be lame. I think players value I'm playing in LA, I'm playing in New York. I think Minnesota's kind of lame.
Green Bay. Minnesota's like Detroit. Maybe Detroit is a little more luster.
Detroit's got a little bit more flair.
A little more character, I guess. You're definitely.
The Twin Lakes and shit. We got the Great Lakes
Stadium. Super nice, and they do
that stadium is beautiful, bro.
Yeah,
that's a really good stadium.
Minnesota personally, but I understand what you're saying.
I think the players on the team, I'd be hyped. If I'm a quarterback, I get to play with JJ and Addison, like right
I'm
off
saying,
the
bro,
rip.
that's where, if I was making a Madden QB and I went to Minnesota, I'd be hyped.
That's where I play in my Madden, by the way.
Well, there
I
you
like
go.
my Superstar
Do you think the
QB.
Bears stick with Justin Fields and use those 2 picks for fucking blue chippers?
Just
think they
depends on how
do.
he ends the year. I think they do too.
I think that they go fucking offensive line and defense or 2 defense.
I think
And the Giants just paid Danny Jones.
Danny
They're not
Dimes,
gonna.
yeah. And Cardinals just paid Kyler like last year. I could see them maybe trying to
They're
trade
probably
him.
going to be better. Their
He's
season will probably turn.
Yep, he's supposed to be coming back. The Patriots, Mac Jones seems like he's kind of on the hot seat, but I could see
That's
them not taking a
no.
QB.
Hot
But
seat's an
if
understatement.
You're telling me Drake May's there? They're not
okay,
taking
that's
him?
what I'm saying. If they have a top 3 pick, I think they for sure take a
Oh
QB.
yeah.
Broncos not going to get a QB. They can't unless somehow they traded Russ, but no one's going to take Russ.
They still could. Why
I think
not?
they could still take. Dude, they owe him like they couldn't cut him. I mean, he would
Yeah, I
just be
feel
on
like
the team.
I think people get flamed when you have like quote unquote superstar QB pay wise, and then you draft one at the top pick. People be like, dude, we needed a tackle. You know what I'm saying?
Well, why don't you just cut him?
Well, they
Probably
can't.
a lot
His
of
dead
dead
cap's
money.
like, yeah, it's like astronomical. It's like cutting Deshaun Watson right now.
You're just fucked. Yeah, you might as well cut him and just let him ride the bench at that point.
Yeah. No, you may as well just pay him to be a backup, or I mean, you have to try to trade him, but there's no one that's going to take him. And then Titans, Vikings, both interesting spots.
Titans, maybe.
Yeah, I wouldn't be like a if they have like a top 3 pick and took somebody. I mean, they have a good coach at least. If I'm like a QB and I that's like a good organization.
But is Vrabel a QB coach? I don't think like
I'm thinking that aspect. I just think it's like a good organization. It's like going to the Ravens. It's like, okay, well, it's a good organization. It's a good head coach. Maybe not for QBs, but
if they cut him now, they would have 85 million in dead cap.
Jesus Christ. That's so much. That's
if they cut him before the end of the season or before the beginning or what does it say? Yeah, before the 5th day of the 2024 league year is what it is. If they keep him, they owe him 90 million over the next 2 years and 37 million in cash in 2025. So they would be saving $5 million if they cut him now. So if they drafted Drake May, or that's his name, right?
Yeah, but they don't want that dead money regardless, bro.
You get a rookie contract
They're
quarterback?
riding that shit into the ground.
I feel like you either trade him or let him just I don't know. Maybe they'll turn it around too. Their problem is their defense is trash too. So
Whole team is bad, bro.
yeah, head coach, just all of it, bro.
They have like some good players. It's weird.
They do have some good
It's
players.
weird
That's
how bad they are.
I feel like they're like old Lions, bro, where it's like they look like they have good players, but they like don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of asked this. This is not on the sheet I did, but I asked this to Devin and I asked it to Nico the other day. Ben, I want to kind of get your take. If you're the Lions right now and you trade deadline's coming up in a few weeks, you can go out and make a move. You're a contender. You can go make a move for a guy. What position would you target right now? Like, is there anything that you think we could kind of improve? Or obviously we're going to be a buyer. What do you think? I mean, would you be happy with him going to make a move? Is there any?
I would say like defensive end.
Okay,
I look at the Panthers and I look at fucking Brent Burns and I say like they just paid him.
Good, bro.
He's good as fuck, and like they don't have a 1st-round pick. I'd give up our 1st-round pick for him.
Yeah, but the problem with that is they'd probably want multiple, right?
He's on a fresh contract. He's good as fucking young. They need
that would be
a lot of help. Like, yeah, okay.
Bro, we're like 8-1 and we do that.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
hyped.
If it's not, then I wouldn't. then it's not worth it. Then it's obvious that like we could benefit from having another good player. We have all these guys on early contracts. Our cap will still be okay. We do kind of have like another year of this.
I was gonna say if we could get a guy on like a kind of a high contract for the next year or two, and like a defensive end or even a
A pump and
defensive
dump.
back, where we have the room for the next couple of years, so we can kind of fill that with a veteran player,
or like Khalil Mack or something.
Right? And
The Chargers suck.
Dude, a lot of these guys, how many times do we see these like midseason trades? It's like this superstar defensive player. It's for like a 3rd-round pick. You're
Yeah.
like, what? Like this doesn't even make sense. But it's because they're trying to offload all this money, and you're just like kind of getting like a pick back.
That's
I would love
another
to
thing
see
with
them
Brett
make a move.
Burns is like they have a lot of cap now tied up in him. And I guess if like you don't have a lot, the rest of the places, I guess you could build around him.
That
But
seems in a weird
Is
spot.
he
too,
gonna
man.
wait like 3 to 4 years for you to figure this out? Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Is it worth it at that point? Probably not. You get rid of him now, you could rebuild your team.
They would get what's the term? Where they give you an extra pick?
Like a compensatory pick or
Yeah,
whatever.
they'd probably get one for him, right?
Probably.
It's just the sheer amount they pay him. I think it's based off contract, right?
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure exactly what that's based off of. That's always confusing for me.
It'd be interesting though. Actually, what do you guys think about getting like I know we've been playing well, but what about like some secondary help? Gardner Johnson's not going to be back until
I think anything on your defense is good. Yeah, to get depth on your defense, I feel like is good. I do like the lineman aspect of it, getting someone to play that line, because I think I talked about it with you, Devin, too. Dude, how many times do we see these like playoff contending teams that they just have like a crazy defensive line, like that just like bully, get to the quarterback. It's like the Bakers out there. I mean, all these quarterbacks, when they're pressured, they're gonna make mistakes, and that's the biggest thing I feel like. If your defense can get that pressure going, it was like the Giants back in the day when they won that Super Bowl.
Yeah,
like both Super Bowls.
That was the reason they did. I mean, they were like 8-7 going into the playoffs.
What was the other guy? He blew off his fingers. Osi
Umenyiora? He didn't blow off his fingers.
Jason Pierre.
That's who did. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's another guy that had.
And that one year was like Umenyiora, Strahan, and I don't know if
Justin Tuck.
Tuck. Justin Tuck. Dude, Tuck was an animal.
And they would run like that, and then they had like a big defensive tackle. God, he's good too. I don't remember his name. But that's what they would run. They were like a forefront with those guys, and you couldn't do anything.
They had Snacks, right? Then the Lions got him?
That was way later, man.
Yeah,
was that way later?
That was quite a bit later,
way later, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Damn. Snacks has been out of the league for like 5 years.
Dude, we
I
were
don't think
like
he was in the league that long.
We were like freshmen, sophomores in high school.
Yeah, with that Giants team for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only reason you remember that is because I bet you that the Patriots go undefeated and they didn't.
Goddamn right.
It was like the craziest thing. They like almost did it.
So we're gonna do a game of the week real quick. We talked about both these teams today a little bit. So we got Dolphins versus Eagles. Eagles are favored by 2.5. Over under in this game is 51.5 points. It's really high over under. I think this is an awesome game. I think you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think this might be the Sunday night game, which is a banger. I think this is just a great game. I think it's going to be Dolphins going to score hopefully a lot of points against this Eagles defense. We'll see. Eagles defense is solid. I mean, with the high over under, I feel like this is the games you want to see on TV. So
yeah.
How do the Dolphins pull off the upset, quote unquote? What do you think, Devin? What do you think the Dolphins have to do? I mean, do you think their defense is gonna? I mean, I feel like you have to expose Jalen Hurts if you want to win this game. But what do you think?
I think I know it's like sounds like obvious, but you keep abusing the fuck out of Tyreek, bro. That dude's a cheat code. That dude's a living cheat code. I think you just keep doing it. The Eagles aren't going to be able to run with him.
Yeah.
I don't think Slay is going to be able to cover.
No, dude.
No. Slay will be on Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
Jogging around. Waddling around, dude.
They can protect. I think my thing would be if you protect Tua enough, we can get the ball off deep. Those late deep routes to develop. I think it's like a kind of a shootout. 40-20 38 or 40-21 or some shit like that.
Okay. Ben,
See
what do
them
you
putting
think?
up 40.
Lions are 7.5-point favorites on Monday night next week.
I mean, it's not looking ahead. What do you think
We're
about
talking
this?
the Eagles, Dolphins. Dude, talking
I
about
think
next week Lions.
I think that's a lot of. I don't think it's a lot of points. I think like the Dolphins will get shut down, or the Eagles are just going to get wiped out. I think that 2.5 points is.
So you're taking the. I do have this in here. Do you guys take the over or the under for this 51.5? Ben, sounds like you're taking the under.
Taking the over.
I would still take the over. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it could be like 40 to 20.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, I honestly, I could see this game going any which way. Honestly, I mean, I feel like the Eagles' offense kind of struggling.
Hurts could come out and just be angry.
I'm just gonna say, I would say if this game is another like low scoring game, I think the Eagles come out on top. I think the only way Miami wins is they shine bright like a diamond.
I just don't understand how the Packers and Broncos got a 3:00 game. What?
4 o'clock on the East Coast.
Yeah,
me, bro.
that game must be in Denver. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, why is that? Why is that even on TV?
Good thing I pay for the Sunday ticket or whatever it's called.
Thank God, bro, I'll be there, bro.
Because anything besides that,
because
we're getting that game.
Spot. Yeah, save me a fucking spot.
When did we play 1 o'clock?
Yeah.
As far as that game didn't get flexed.
Flex us, man. They already flexed us last week, so.
Yeah, probably. Why?
It's good fucking flex. I will say, it was cool watching the game with you guys for sure. Like, it was super fun, but I kind of like the 1 o'clock Lions.
Okay.
Feels like home.
Feels like home.
1 o'clock feels like home.
Yeah.
Give me a fantasy MVP for this game, Devin. Who do you think? I mean, that sounds like you're gonna go with Tyreek off the dome. Okay. Give me a stat line. Give me your stat line.
I'm gonna say like 8 catches, 120, and 2 touchdowns. At least.
Low Tyreek game. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's generous, bro.
Your fantasy team needs more than that. Have you thought about trading Tyreek? Has that crossed your mind?
It's crossed my mind, but obviously I would rather trade Keenan or Mike Evans. I know I can't get as much, but I feel like I can get something maybe. Maybe I package him with something.
More that blue chip guy. I gotcha.
Yeah, but he's eventually he's gonna run out of steam too.
Yeah, he said he's retiring soon.
He's gonna be a pro Madden player, bro. I watch his Twitch streams all the time. At Cheetah on Twitch.
Yeah.
Cheetah. Not an ad. Who's your MVP?
I'm gonna have to say Swift. It's got to be. Swift has to do it this week. Has to.
I think their key to win is through the run. They need to be able to keep the ball a little bit longer. They don't want to give the Dolphins a bunch of chances to score. So I think if the Eagles win, I think Swift is a perfect MVP candidate. For sure.
What about like someone like AJ Brown? He's been kind of in the media. I feel like when people talk about receivers like not getting touches and shit, I feel like they always pop off. Like, what's that thing with McNabb or something? Where apparently like AJ Brown talked to McNabb, and you guys see that shit?
I mean, I know they've been this way for the last all this whole time. Like AJ Brown went off on the sidelines in like week 2 or 3 or something, and then he had like 2 back-to-back like 150 plus games.
That's why I smell that, bro. I like smell it coming.
You know who should complain is Jalen Waddle. Like, come on, guys.
I don't know.
Like Devontae Smith or something.
He'll get his, man.
Devonta or Jalen?
Both of them.
Yeah, I mean they're like
I said, there's a lot of season left.
Yeah, Waddle's that type of
receiver. Dog.
He'll go for like 170 and 2, but like it'll be like twice per year. So you just kind of, I could see this game being one of those games though for him, just because if they are gonna put it, if they're thinking like Devin's thinking, where Tyreek's just gonna just destroy. I mean, I could see them really trying to cover him and put everything they can to just let Tyreek beat them, and then it's like.
I think the problem is he outruns the zone and he outruns man.
Yeah,
that's why Tyreek is Tyreek.
Him too. Tua knows he'll get to this ball. I mean, and Tua can throw it in a place where the defense can't even get to it because they're not fast enough. It's crazy, man.
He's so good.
It seems crazy. I could also see Tua being the MVP of this game and just going out and going for 380 and 4 or something. So
I love seeing those videos where people like flip like a lot of people like their take will be like Tua doesn't get the love because he's left-handed, and then they'll like flip the gameplay. Yeah, have you guys seen those? They'll like flip it everything where he's like right-handed.
We're not on left-handed Twitter or X.
I guess. Yeah, but
that's you. Yeah, that's your algorithm, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, they'll like flip it, and like it's crazy. Like when you watch it from like a right-handed perspective, some of those throws, like because I think it's he's left-handed, and like those cross-body throws don't look as crazy. But when you flip them and you see, you'll be like, God damn, he made that throw.
Right, that is weird, like a perspective thing.
Yeah, it's like an illusion almost.
Yeah,
that's all I got. Left-handed guys.
Yeah, shout out lefties, shout out righties, shout out people that are ambidextrous.
The best left-handed QB of all time, Mark Brunell.
Hell yeah, quarterback coach for the Detroit Lions.
Let's go, baby.
Hell yeah.
You know I had to throw the last little Lions bit in there too.
Roar.
Yeah, Honolulu blue, that's your blood color, huh?
One thing,
all right,
real quick before we end.
Okay.
Can we talk about how fighting after games or before games is getting way out of hand, like to the point where I don't even want to go to a Lions game because I'm afraid I'm going to get into a fight? Bro, every single weekend, my timeline is flooded with fights. Did you guys see the brawl at the Chargers Cowboys on Monday?
Players?
No, well that they fought too.
Yeah.
But no, like fans, bro. It was like a 50-on-50 battle.
Damn, it's a battle royale, bro.
Oh, it was crazy. The Raiders one I saw the week before that. The Commanders dude that just literally got the shit kicked out of him.
Did someone die? There's like a Patriots fan that died. Oh, you can vet that.
But my point is, like, it's getting out of hand, bro. Getting really out of hand where like every single week from almost every single game you can go online and find a fight video. Yeah, no, I'm a father and I will not be taking my child to a Lions game probably until the problem. They're a teenager. Half of those videos are you see women, children walking by pulling their kids out of the way while people are power bombing people like at the hot dog ketchup stand, and I'm like, what in the WWE is going on here, bro?
I think this is, part of a greater question I guess we could talk about. This is usually alcohol related, right? Sometimes. These people, if they're sober, are still duking it out. No, because I don't. Every time I've seen a fight, at least, half of the people fighting are, it's usually not a 50-on-50. It's usually a 1-on-1 type of deal. But usually one of them is being like belligerent and the other one is also being belligerent, or he's just like, Sometimes I feel like mostly it's one guy that's like shit-faced and then the other team gets annoyed and then they fuck him up. That seems to be like more... Dude, I've been at Lions games, and it'll be like the Lions fan who's being like belligerent, and he'll be just like harassing like another team, like like the fan from like that's there from Arizona, and it's like, dude, fucking leave him alone. Dude.
It ain't that serious, there, Gary.
No, it's literally not fucking that serious, man. You're not even. It's like you don't even fucking. You're not on the team, dog. But I think it's like I don't know. It's bad. I think. You're somehow listening to this and you're thinking about fighting at a game, just don't do it, man.
Just don't do it.
You're going to embarrass yourself. You're going to get kicked out. You might go to jail. Yeah, give them a GG's, some fist bumps and a GG's, and just, it is what it is. If someone's talking shit to you, just like walk the other way, bro. It's a fucking big ass stadium. You're good. It's true. I don't know, man. Go Lions, though. You never see that shit at Lions. Go Lions. Don't fight anybody at a stadium, outside of a stadium. Don't fight anyone unless you're an EL motherfucking E. With that, all right, I think we should end it, boys. Yep. Right. See you in week 8. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Real fun. Goodbye. Nobody's waving.